Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a battle on the steps map. Well, we've got Hyphen from Footy Clan, otherwise known as Hyphen Senior. He's got his Clan Wars reward tank, the T95 B4201, otherwise known as the Chieftain. This was a favourite in Clan Wars. It's been slightly power crept, got sort of debuffed a little bit last year. Let's see how it plays. Main strengths are the frontal turret armour, the very bouncy front, so excellent hull down tank. It's an all tier 10 battle. Now, this area is actually quite suited to the Chieftain, but depends on your position and obviously where the enemy are, how you can exercise your strengths. So let's see how Hyphen plays this. Promised this video for a little while. Hyphen is not the best player on the server, but neither is the worst, so I think it's always time to have gameplay from players that can have their achievements achieved by general players. Now he's got this Object 430U here. It's just lost a lot of health, so only gets the last bit of health out of that one. Unfortunately, the first one, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, the first one did the tracking damage, and he's got quite a lot of assistance from that, so already up to nearly 1400 assistance, and now we've got Jagdpanzer E100. Unfortunately, as he made that shot, he got tagged by 279E. 279E being another Clan Wars reward vehicle. Actually, it's a not Clan Wars reward vehicle, but used in Clan Wars, and you can basically get this by completing all of the second campaign missions. Now, that doesn't mean that every driver of a 279E has completed those missions. There's been a few stories about people paying others to play their account to do this, but we're not going to cast aspersions. Here he is going after the Jagdpanzer E100, and the E100 on his team is actually taking care as much as he can of the 279E and the E5 that's there. So just being a bit cautious here, not wanting to get too far in the open and get into a crossfire, nonetheless trying to exercise the value of the Chieftain in this situation. And good gun depression too, I should add. So I'm intended to cruise the gun depression, but as he's spotted here, oh, I guess found the E5, puts a nice shot into him. And unfortunately, yeah, just cops a bit of crossfire there from the E5, something you really need to pay attention to, and not the easiest thing to do. Tunnel vision can keep you focused on a target while you're exposed, so just word of warning there. But that E5 can probably go after him again. If the E100 is sort of attracting his attention, I'll be able to get a side shot on him, but that could mean that he's exposed to the Jagdpanzer E100, so that's one to be careful of. But here comes the E5, and he manages to reduce him to 1 hit point, which is a bit sad, but damns the brakes. Should be able to get the kill with the next shell. Someone will, but there's the Jagdpanzer E100. Can he get a shot in there without getting tagged by this E5? No, he can't. Well, we should get rid of him now, which he does. So unfortunately, he took a bit of damage there, but started off with a fair amount. He's running hardening, and as well as turbo and a gun rammer, so set himself up with a few more hit points than normal, but also a lot more capability in your tracks to absorb damage, which is sort of one of the main advantages of the hardening, as well as extra hit points. But just going after this E100, got the lower plate there, goes through it no problem. And although it's taken a while to accumulate damage, that's exactly what he's trying to do here, is just accumulate. All the Jagdpanzer's out the middle again, bounces the incoming shell, which is really good, and that takes him up to 2k. And can he get another shot? No. Jagdpanzer decides to pull back, and this artillery is punishing him. That's a big amount of damage, so one thing to be careful of. He's very forward here, he's only got the E100 with him, and he's quite exposed to the artillery, so pulls back while he's stunned, which is a good thing to do. When you're stunned, all your crew skills get affected quite substantially. but now he needs his team to basically push and do some more damage. They've got a significant damage lead here. So it's definitely going in their favour, but Chieftain just looking for targets that he can access without exposing himself too much. But of course now the pesky E5 is gone, and he bounces, luckily, a shell from the 279E. He needs to be getting rid of. Can his team push up? I think the C100 is doing a solid bit of work here while he's asking for help. He's lost a bit of health, but let's see if he can round up some more people. You need these guys to come up with him. Super Conk in particular, very capable heavy tank in line with what the Chieftain can do. And can he finish off this Jagdpanzer 100? Unfortunately, no, it doesn't land, and he pulls back just in time to avoid the 279E. And cops another big hit from the artillery, so this is really not a great spot for him, but luckily the can opener finally decides to move and take on the 279E. This gives the opportunity for Hive to move up as well, and hopefully getting a shot while the 279E is retreating. Just got to be careful coming around the corner here. And hopefully the 279E is on the reload when he gets there. Now the enemy's getting whittled down a fair bit. Can he get a shot in on top of the 279E? It's always a good thing to try. It does have very small... Well, it doesn't need to. The can opener gets rid of him. I was going to say it has a small cupola which you can shoot at if you're sitting still. But now they've really got rid of most of the dangerous enemies here, and this could be seen as a bit of a clean-up exercise. The Jagdpanzer E100 is still there, but if he's out in the open, unfortunately he doesn't get the kill shot there, but he does get taken out by the E100, or at least, yes, that is the E100 on his team. So now we can come up and see if we can tackle the E100 on the enemy team. Now, it's just got the top of the turret there, which is something all you do need. In fact, he goes through it without a problem. He gets finished off by the E4, and there you go, the artillery takes out the can opener. So this artillery really making a impact on the team here. But it looks like, getting my tongue in order, looks like they've got a handle on this now. It's really just the remainder of the enemy team, including the FP405, has just fired and taken a big chunk out of one of the tanks there, but he's going to go down, and he gets sent back to the garage by the E4 eventually, although the E4 not getting a lot of damage out of that. Hive now just sitting under 3k damage there. Just not a huge damage total, but definitely more than the hit points of his tank, and that's always a goal that you want to have playing in any tier. We've got a Bat Chat running away. But again, this sort of terrain is where the Chieftain can play quite well. It's got to judge your slopes carefully so that you're not exposing the lower plate when you do crest, and you can take advantage of the gun depression. And you don't want to go across open ground if you can help it, but there's plenty of angles here that you can use this turret strength on. So 4 vehicles left. He crawls up here. Is he spotted? Yes, he is. In fact, this is a Concept 5. You should be able to get a shot in. Yeah, it lines him up. Ooh, just a bit sticking out. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit, and he does take a hit from the Bat Chat. He's reduced to 29 hit points. But some quick kills there. The Jagdpanzer E100 takes out the Concept, and the Bat Chat gets taken out by the TPP. So now it's just the light tank and the remaining FV4005. And no light tank anymore, so it's just an FV, and he's not spotted yet, so just wondering where that would be. Puts a blind shot in. And again, he's not going to expose himself too much. He's just waiting for targets to be spotted and possibly get another shot of damage in. Fires a blind shot into where it might likely be, but doesn't look like that is paying off at this point. Oh no, he is there, but just a fraction there, and in fact, unfortunately, just misses out on that. That's the end of the battle. Let's go and have a look at the details. So we have fraction under 3k of damage, as we saw, another 2.5k of assistance, which was mostly tracking damage there. So that is 5.5k combined, which is a good result there. 2 kills, and he's earned the first class mastery badge. So let's have a look at the team score. All right, well, he's finished on top of the team there with 1163 base, so it's pretty close to what you'd expect for an ace tanker badge, but let's just say that he's just missed out. The E100 that he was playing with, yeah, doing nearly 5.5k, but not quite as much damage there. The E4 picking up 4.8 and the Jagdpanzer picking up 5.3, so a fair chunk of the assisted damage there that Hyphen was rewarded with was from those tanks, and as a consequence their EXP not quite as much. But nonetheless, good solid contribution from the top tanks on that team. The 279E also doing 5.5k, so he would have been disappointed with that. And look at that 261 coming in next with the damage, 3.3k, so he was definitely working his position pretty well. But that was the battle. Let's have a look at the personal details. So he's in firing 21 shots, which is a fair chunk, only 15 connecting, but we did see some blind shots there that really no one was there to receive, which is unfortunate. And as a result, only 8 penetrations, which earned him his damage there. And credit-wise, this is a reward tank, but doesn't have a premium value to it in terms of credit earnings. So luckily he had personal reserves running, and also his first premium mission for the day win. This adds another 50k, so he's taken a minor loss there of 14k. But at tier 10, that's you certainly expect to lose money while you're playing. That's why you need your reserves. Anyway, it's a very nice game there from Hyphen. Thanks very much for the content. Unfortunately, it's been taken a while to get it out, but here we go. So if you're watching this and you got some value out of it, please give it a like. If you have a good comment to put down, or even a negative comment, we certainly want to hear anyone's interpretation of that. Please add it. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.